Hello. How's everybody doing? Hi. Hey, Stacy. I love the hearts. Hi. We're talking about sugar today. I'm sure it doesn't relate to you, right? Hi. How's everybody doing? I feel like I haven't done a Periscope in a while, so I thought it's long overdue. I'm in the car, not driving. Hi. We're talking about secret sugar bombs today. Monday is so almost over. It really has been a Monday. It's been a long day. I love the hearts. I'm so glad that y'all are here. I wanted to talk a little bit about some secret ways that sugar is hiding in food, especially healthy food. There's a big misconception about what's healthy, and we're so focused on fat that we sometimes neglect sugar, and sugar is a great way to get fat and to become irritable because sugar is toxic. It is, as you know, I bet, as addictive as cocaine. That's what the studies show. I've never done cocaine, but sounds legit. So we are going to talk about the first way that sugar is hiding, and that's in liquid form in your drinks. I'm probably going to step on some toes when I tell you that a lot of your coffee drinks have too much. Please don't, you don't need to be on my Periscope if you're going to talk about stuff like that. I don't know how to block you fast enough. Yeah, for real. Like, if you don't want to talk about sugar, you can go. Sorry, everybody. Anyways, so your coffee potentially has lots of sugar, especially if you get it through a drive-through. You know what I'm talking about? We start adding those fun creamers that are like Almond Joy flavored. If you can get to the point where you're adding things like non-dairy milk and cinnamon and a healthy sugar alternative, then it's going to be okay to have that coffee. Thank you so much. Oh, thanks. It's not a secret now. Another liquid form of sugar that is not healthy is sports drinks. So we're like, oh, well, we just worked out. We need the electrolytes in our Gatorade. No, you don't. It's mostly a sugar drink, as well as those energy drinks. Those also have way too much sugar. There's a secret new drink that is very healthy with zero sugar. It's called water. Drink water. That's right. Not Pedialyte. No. There's actually an alternative to Pedialyte. I don't know what it is because I just make my kids stay sick. But my friends do make their own Pedialyte, and it doesn't have the sugar in it. We don't want to do a lot of fruit juices either, even if it's orange juice, unless you're squeezing it yourself. How do I block people? That's what I need to know. I don't even know. Now I'm like messing stuff up. Anyways, I'm still learning how to Periscope apparently. So energy drinks, of course soda, you know this. You know that soda is not good. Gosh, like, okay, there we go. Yay, I blocked somebody, hooray. Okay, another form of sugar is cereal, even if it's the healthy cereal, even if it's organic. I'm not talking about sodium so much, but sodium to me is less of a problem when you're comparing it to the other white powder. So all cereals are terrible because they're one of the most refined products on earth. If you have an occasional bowl, it's not going to be the end of the world. You're not going to have diabetes from that, but you want to try to limit it. It does give you energy, but let's get our sugar from things like fruit. And speaking of fruit, fruit can have a lot of sugar and not do you any favors. So if you've convinced yourself that you could have an entire bag of grapes, too much sugar. If you're doing lots of cardio, you probably do use one of those gel cardio things. Let me try to block people who are ridiculous. I'm getting it now. Dried fruit. I know it's fun to have that because it doesn't spoil, but dried fruit has a lot of sugar. Bananas have a lot of sugar. Melons have a lot of sugar. You want to try to limit those amounts. I know that they're natural, but we don't want to have too much sugar because it can actually mess with your fat loss goals. Speaking of something that's potentially okay is oatmeal. So if the only ingredients is oats, then you're good. But if it's in the little packets and it's like brown sugar or maple syrup, we want to steer clear of any packets of oatmeal. Instead, make your own oatmeal. You can add some fruit to it. You can add dairy-free butter to it. Oh, cream horns. Gosh, I really just want to live on cream horns. You know this. You know I'm addicted to cream horns, right? Steel cut oats are good. Stevia is good as long as it's organic and 100% pure stevia, because a lot of items out there say they have stevia, but they're not actually all stevia. They have like sucralose in them, which is redonkulous. Another tricky one is nut butters. We're trying to all be healthy and get those good fats, but a lot of times if you're not careful, thanks for the hearts, if you're not careful, then your nut butters have too much sugar. I'm talking about your servings having 15 grams or more. That's kind of too much. You don't want to do that. A lot of you are big yogurt fans, even Greek yogurt. You're like, oh, that's my perfect middle of the meal snack. I'm gonna have a nice fruity yogurt. Those have as much sugar as donuts and candy. So you can buy plain yogurt if you don't have a dairy sensitivity, add a little bit of Swerve or stevia, and then natural fruit, and that will give you your actual fruit yogurt if you like to have that. Probiotic yogurt, sure, if it's low sugar. I am personally not a big fan of yogurt, but that's a whole different dairy Periscope. And y'all feel free to ask questions. So a lot of people are trying to be healthy and they're getting a secret sugar bomb from protein. And you're like, what? I thought I was supposed to have protein. You keep telling us to eat protein. I do want you to eat protein. The problem is if you're doing protein powders or protein bars, thank you for the hearts, a lot of them can have too much sugar. So you need to check your protein powder and your protein bars. Pretty sure I'm not your mom, so I'm probably gonna have to block you. What is IIFYM? I don't even know what that is, so you can tell me what that is. I have no idea. Another secret sugar is found in sauces. So your marinades, your barbecue sauce, your honey, all of these things, potentially ketchup, for crying out loud, ketchup can have too much sugar in it. You need to learn to read your labels. Don't just always look for what's on sale. Oh, mercy, I can't block fast enough. Sauces can have so much sugar in them, so you just want to be careful and instead use spices instead of the seasonings to flavor your foods, or just have really small amounts, like actually do a teaspoon of ketchup instead of like 5 tablespoons, which is kind of what I want to do. Okay, so another form of healthy foods that have too much sugar that you may not be thinking about, this is the starch department. Any breads, any bagels, muffins, what else? Any of those kind of things, of course donuts, they have a lot of sugar. You need to be prepared for this huge insulin bomb to get dropped. Pasta, lots of sugar. Even if you're getting the wheat kind, a lot of time wheat bread or wheat pasta actually has more sugar, thanks for the hearts, has more than candy bars. So I recommend, let's see, before and after running. I think I don't focus so much on the timing of things. I do like BCAAs before, during, and after workouts. I think as long as throughout the day you're getting those good high quality carbs like oats, sweet potatoes, quinoa, those are a little bit more complex, having those fruits instead of crap, you know. Granola bars are another secret thing that holds sugar. We're like, oh, we're eating healthy, we're having a granola bar. Anytime you hear the word granola, you need to think about the starch content. And when things have starches, that means they have sugar in them. You're so welcome. You're so kind. I'm trying to look at I made a list. Y'all know I like to make lists. This is so I don't get stuck on a tangent. Okay, so what other questions do you have? Maybe about sugar content, the toxicity of sugar, the insulin bombs. A little bit of sugar is okay, of course, but you're going to crave what you eat. So the more you eat it, the more you're going to crave it. And I speak this from total experience. I was raised as an Oreo loving child. Pure Via, I'm not sure that Pure Via is actually 100% organic pure stevia. I personally don't use stevia, by the way. I use Swerve as a sugar alternative. And so it has that low glycemic index, and you can get it at Whole Foods or you can get it online. So it's SWERVE. So I actually don't love the taste of stevia and all of its varieties. It's just too bitter for me. So I'm a little more inclined to have Swerve instead of sugar. And I try to have that in just a small amount, even that. I try to be natural and healthy, and if you prefer natural sugar instead of sugar alternatives, that's okay too. We just want to watch the portions that we're using, and of course not using the gross artificial sweeteners like Equal, Sweet and Low, Sucralose, Splenda. Those kind of things are not going to do you any favors. Those are terrible for you. What questions do you have? How much natural sugar is okay? With fruit, I usually say to limit to 3/4 of a cup per serving, not to have fruit once the sun sets because you're kind of slowing down for the day and won't burn it off as easily. But it depends on the fruit. Different fruits have different amounts of sugar, so I do recommend the lower sugar fruits, especially if you're trying to live the fat loss lifestyle. So those are things like apples and pears, whereas the higher fruits are things, anything like peaches, grapes, bananas, melons. I do recommend having berries. Those are a good way to get sugar. I'm trying to think. Oranges are a little bit high. Citrus can kind of be a higher sugar one. And I typically will have sugar in the form of fruit 2 to 3 times a day. So sometimes with breakfast, sometimes as a mid-morning snack with protein, of course, and then around the lunchtime. And after that, I kind of cut it out for the day, typically. That's a good question. Are y'all following me on Facebook, by the way? You should be on Facebook, because sugar is hiding everywhere, and we can continue this conversation about how sugar can hide in healthy foods. So there's a difference between eating for fat loss versus eating healthy foods. Yay, I love the hearts. Yay, y'all are so wonderful. Any other questions about sugar? I love spending time with you. It's been far too long. Thanks for joining me in my car. I'm not in the driver's seat. That's the driver's seat way up there. I've got my feet propped up. What is my Facebook page? Great. My Facebook page is Fit with Deb. Fit with Deb. And you'll see me. My profile picture is me jumping up in the air. I'm also on YouTube. I try to put all of my Periscopes on YouTube, so if you missed the front end of this. I do know about Advocare. Yes, I am aware of that. That's another one that I would be aware of the sugar content. I'm not a huge fan of things that are based on caloric restriction. I am also, you can find Fit with Deb on Instagram and Twitter, of course. And I have lots of workout videos and nutrition help for you online. You can go to fitwithdeb.com. But I hope y'all have a great day. I'm going to head out for now and watch those labels for the sugar content and stuff that you're eating, okay? All right, I'll see you next time. Don't eat the Halloween candy. Don't do it. Resist it. Don't go down the aisle. That's right. Out of the house. If it's in your house, you'll eat it. That is 100%. You're so welcome. Okay, y'all have a great day.